Chosen one. If you saw how truly set apart you are, you'd never waste time explaining. If only you could glimpse yourself through heaven's eyes, you'd stop trying to prove your worth to those still blinded by theirs. You were not crafted for common applause or ordinary recognition. You were marked for divine distinction. Every trial, every strange separation, every misunderstood silence was proof that destiny had its hand on you. The rejection wasn't punishment, it was protection. The delay wasn't denial, it was refinement. You move differently because you carry differently. There's a light in you that unsettles the comfortable and awakens the sleeping. That's why some stare, some talk, and some retreat. They sense what you're still discovering. You are not meant to blend in. You are meant to break patterns. You are not here to fit their narrative. You are here to rewrite history. When you finally understand how intentionally heaven has positioned you, explanations will feel unnecessary. You'll stop chasing validation from those who can't comprehend the weight of your calling. You'll realize that your silence speaks louder than arguments, and your presence shifts more than your words ever could. Chosen one, you are not different by accident. You are distinct by design. The moment you see what's inside you, you'll stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You'll stand tall, radiant, and unapologetic, because destiny doesn't explain itself. It simply unfolds. Stay with me as we go in deeper. 1. Heaven signed your uniqueness. Before time began counting its seconds, heaven already drafted your design. You weren't created in a hurry or copied from another soul. You were crafted. Every curve of your character, every spark in your spirit, and every rhythm of your thoughts carries the imprint of divine intention. You are not random. You are written. A heavenly signature rests upon your being, one that even darkness cannot counterfeit. Your uniqueness is not a coincidence. It's evidence. The way you think differently, feel deeply, and move with quiet certainty is not something to apologize for. It's something to protect. You were sent here to express a dimension of God's glory that no one else can reveal. That's why imitation feels heavy and comparison feels suffocating, because you were never meant to blend into the patterns of the ordinary. You were meant to redefine them. When heaven signs something, it becomes untouchable. That's why some people sense your light and either admire it or resist it. You carry a frequency that can't be duplicated, and that makes you both magnetic and misunderstood. But do not shrink or silence your flame just because others can't interpret it. You are not here to fit into their vision. You are here to unveil heaven's. Every experience, even the painful ones, has been part of the divine brushstrokes shaping your masterpiece. What you call scars, heaven calls signatures of survival. What you see as flaws are the precise places where light escapes most beautifully. So, chosen one, walk boldly in your difference. Your uniqueness is not an accident to fix. It's a message to deliver. You were signed, sealed, and sent by heaven. Not to echo the world, but to awaken it. You don't need approval when you carry authenticity. You don't need validation when your identity was verified in eternity. You are heaven's original. And originals never explain what only revelation can reveal. 1. Rejection was redirection. Every door that closed wasn't the end. It was divine choreography. What looked like rejection was heaven's quiet whisper. Not here, not yet, not them. You see, chosen one, rejection is never meant to destroy you. It's meant to define you. Every no that broke your heart was really a holy detour, guiding you away from counterfeit opportunities and toward the destiny custom-built for your soul. Heaven saw what you couldn't, the motives behind the smiles, the traps behind the invitations, the storms behind what looked like blessings. So, when doors slammed shut and people turned away, it wasn't punishment, it was protection. You thought you were being left behind, but you were being led forward. You were being rerouted to a path where your anointing could breathe freely, where your gifts would not just be seen but celebrated. Rejection is heaven's way of editing your story before the world reads it. It deletes the wrong characters, cuts off misplaced chapters, and ensures that only those aligned with your purpose remain in the script. That's why some relationships collapsed without warning, why some opportunities dissolved overnight, because they weren't meant to hold the weight of your calling. Every door that denied you was secretly pointing you toward one that can't be closed. And when that divine door opens, you'll realize that every disappointment was preparation for a divine appointment. So stop mourning what you lost and start rejoicing over what you escaped. Heaven doesn't waste pain, it converts it into precision. The path may have twisted, but the destination never changed. Every redirection was a reminder. You are too chosen to settle, too divine to be misplaced. When you finally walk through the gate built specifically for you, you'll understand. Rejection wasn't the enemy. It was the escort that guided you to your throne. 1. You speak a language the ordinary can't decipher. Chosen one, your very essence communicates on frequencies most people can't even hear. You carry a spiritual dialect, a vibration, a rhythm that transcends words. Your thoughts move in symbols, your instincts speak in whispers, and your energy tells stories that ordinary minds cannot translate. That's why you've often felt misunderstood, misjudged, or even isolated. You are fluent in a tongue that heaven taught, not man. Your ideas seem too much for some, not because they lack value, but because they arrive from realms they haven't yet accessed. You see possibilities where others see problems. You sense timing, patterns, and warnings that logic can't explain. And when you speak from that higher place, the unawakened call it strange, dramatic, or unrealistic. But they only label what they can't decode. You were never meant to be understood by everyone. You were meant to be remembered by those who are destined to awaken. Heaven gave you a voice that resonates with destiny, not with popularity. That's why crowds may resist you before they recognize you. Your words carry weight beyond comprehension, your silence even more. You speak the language of vision, where faith sounds like foolishness and intuition sounds like rebellion. Yet, that very language shakes foundations and births revolutions. The prophets, dreamers, and world changers before you were all misunderstood first, then celebrated later. So don't dilute your message to be accepted. Don't silence your fire to be liked. The ones who are meant for you will feel you before they fully understand you. Your presence alone speaks heaven's dialect. It shifts rooms, aligns destinies, and awakens sleeping spirits. Chosen one, you are not hard to understand. You are just speaking from a dimension few have yet reached. Keep speaking your truth, keep moving to your rhythm, and trust that heaven is your interpreter. One day, what confused them will convict them, and what they once resisted, they'll finally revere. 1. Isolation was an invitation. Chosen one, the seasons when you felt most alone were never empty, they were sacred. Isolation wasn't punishment, it was preparation. While you thought heaven had gone silent, you were actually sitting in the holiest classroom of all, one where noise was stripped away so revelation could finally be heard. The quiet was never meant to break you, it was meant to build you. In isolation, heaven removes distractions that dilute your purpose. You start seeing people, patterns, and yourself with new eyes. The friends who vanished, the doors that closed, the silence that lingered. They were all part of the training. For in stillness, the divine speaks in a language that only the chosen can comprehend. You were being rewired, refined, and redefined for something that couldn't bloom in a crowd. Every tear watered your roots. Every lonely night carved depth into your spirit. Every unanswered prayer became a seed of wisdom. Heaven knew that public platforms require private strength, and that strength is forged in solitude, not applause. You weren't being hidden out of neglect. You were being concealed for maturity. Like a diamond beneath pressure or a seed beneath soil, your concealment was your becoming. That's why nothing seemed to work when you tried to rush your emergence. Heaven had you on divine lockdown until you could handle the weight of your calling. When your season of isolation ends, you'll realize it wasn't a prison. It was a womb. What you thought was ending was actually beginning. You'll emerge sharper, wiser, and unshakably grounded in purpose. Chosen one, don't despise the quiet. That's where heaven whispers the instructions no one else will ever hear. Your solitude is not loneliness, it's sacred strategy. The world hasn't seen the stage being built for you yet, but heaven already has your spotlight ready. 1. Your spirit provokes reactions. Chosen one, you've probably noticed it, how rooms shift when you enter, how some people smile with relief while others tense without reason. It's not your imagination, it's your energy. Your spirit carries a frequency that can't be ignored. Whether it brings peace or discomfort, your presence is a mirror that reflects truth, and truth always demands a reaction. Some are drawn to you because your light affirms something pure within them. You bring calm where there was confusion, clarity where there was noise. They feel safer, more hopeful, more aligned just by being around you. But others recoil, not because you've done anything wrong, but because your light exposes what they've been trying to hide. Your spirit uncovers deception, ego, and pretense, and not everyone is ready to face themselves in that reflection. That's why you felt misunderstood, targeted, or even envied for no clear reason. Darkness recognizes light before light recognizes darkness. Some people sense your power long before you fully understand it. Your aura unsettles pretenders and awakens sleepers. You carry divine truth, and truth never walks in quietly. Understand this. You don't need to defend or explain why people react to you. You are a spiritual thermostat. 1. Not everyone is meant to sit at your table. Chosen one. As you rise, you'll notice something sacred yet painful. Not everyone can go with you. Some connections will crumble without warning, not because you did something wrong, but because destiny changed your altitude. You're being lifted to a height where certain energies can no longer survive. It's not betrayal. It's alignment. Every new level demands lighter company. The air at destiny's height is thinner, and not every soul is conditioned to breathe there. Some people were perfect for your past but poisonous to your purpose. They thrived when you doubted yourself, but withdrew when your confidence awakened. Heaven allows these separations not to hurt you, but to protect what's sacred within you. When your vibration rises, everything misaligned begins to fall away, effortlessly. Old conversations lose flavor, familiar faces feel foreign, and you start craving solitude over shallow company. That's not arrogance, that's elevation awareness. The higher you go, the fewer seats remain at your table. Not everyone can handle your growth without feeling small, and not everyone can celebrate your light without competing with it. Some will leave quietly, others dramatically. Let them. Destiny's table isn't crowded, it's curated. Heaven handpicks those who can handle your vision, honor your mission, and protect your vulnerability. Don't chase what fell away. It was never meant to stay beyond the lesson. 1. Explaining dilutes the mystery. Chosen. 1. Your journey was never designed to make sense to everyone, because you're not walking a path that's common. The chosen are not meant to be understood. They are meant to be witnessed. You carry a divine mystery that cannot be summarized in words, justified through logic or packaged for public approval. Every time you try to explain yourself, you shrink something sacred into something small enough for human comprehension. Your calling is too vast for simple definitions. Heaven wrote your story in symbols, not explanations, and only those with spiritual sight will ever read it correctly. The rest will misunderstand, criticize, or doubt, and that's perfectly fine. You were never sent to convince, you were sent to become. Your transformation is your testimony, your evolution is your evidence, and your consistency is your language. Explaining your process to the unawakened is like trying to describe color to someone who's never seen light. They don't lack intelligence, they lack experience. Some will call your silence prideful, your confidence arrogance, or your peace suspicious. But those who truly see you will recognize that silence isn't avoidance, it's authority. There is power in remaining mysterious. The unknown draws attention, but more importantly, it guards the sacred. When you stop explaining, you give heaven room to reveal you on its own terms, in divine timing and undeniable proof. Chosen one, don't waste energy defending what was divinely designed to confuse the ordinary. Let your life speak. Let your glow testify. You are not here to be figured out. You are here to unfold. Remember, mysteries aren't explained, they're experienced. And when the time is right, your becoming will answer every question without a single word spoken. 1. The spotlight finds you naturally. Chosen one, you were never meant to chase the spotlight. It was designed to find you. Divine favor has a gravitational pull that draws visibility toward those heaven has anointed. While others exhaust themselves trying to be seen, you are discovered by divine orchestration. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. When your time arrives, even silence will make noise. Your light was never meant to compete, it was meant to command. You carry an energy that cannot be ignored even when you try to hide. People notice you without knowing why. It's not charm, it's calling. The glow you carry is magnetic because it's not man-made, it's heaven-infused. When destiny breathes on you, even the shadows can't dim your radiance. You've probably wondered why opportunities seem to find you unexpectedly, or why rooms open without you knocking. It's because divine favor is working in stealth, arranging moments, aligning hearts, and positioning your name in conversations you've never entered. That's the mystery of grace. You can't earn it, but it elevates you beyond effort. This is why you must resist the urge to prove yourself or force your visibility. The chosen don't chase, they attract. 1. Comparison is an insult to your calling, chosen one. The moment you measure yourself against another, you shrink the masterpiece heaven designed you to be. You were never meant to be a replica. You are a rare blueprint, written in divine ink, carrying a vibration no one else can emit. Every time you compare your journey, pace, or achievements, you are unknowingly telling heaven, I don't trust the way you wrote me. But the truth is, your design is flawless. You were assigned a path so specific that no one else could ever walk it without losing themselves. Your timing is different because your task is different. Some are called to sprint, you are called to build. Some gather crowds, you are sent to shift nations. That's why your story unfolds slower, deeper, and richer. Heaven doesn't rush those carrying generational assignments. Comparison blurs your vision. It makes you chase shadows instead of purpose, applause instead of authenticity. It turns divine progress into invisible prison bars. And yet, when you stop looking sideways, you rediscover the beauty of your lane. The quiet miracles, the divine precision, the invisible growth that others can't see but heaven celebrates. Understand this, what's meant for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never meant to fit your grace. The same God who gave them their light also placed in you a glow uniquely calibrated for your destiny. There is no competition in purpose, only completion in obedience. So, chosen one, stop comparing and start becoming. The mirror of another's success can never reflect your greatness accurately. Keep your eyes fixed forward, for your story is still unfolding. And when it's revealed, the world will see why heaven took its time crafting you. 1. Your silence speaks volumes. Chosen one, there comes a point when words become unnecessary. When your life itself becomes the loudest sermon, the clearest prophecy, the sharpest proof. You've spent seasons trying to explain your heart, your choices, your difference to people who were never meant to understand it. But there is a divine strength in silence, a holy confidence that says, watch and see. When you stop defending your purpose and start embodying it, heaven takes over the announcement. Your silence becomes sound. Your stillness becomes strategy. Every quiet move you make begins to echo in realms far beyond human ears. The same ones who once questioned you will find themselves learning from the very grace they doubted. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means mastery. It means you've outgrown the need for validation. You've realized that divine revelation doesn't need human confirmation. You understand that truth doesn't argue. It simply stands. And when heaven stands behind you, explanations become redundant. Your peace is your power now. Every time you choose calm over chaos, dignity over debate, and presence over performance, heaven amplifies your light. People may not hear your voice, but they feel your energy. Unbothered, untouchable, undeniable. There's a reason kings and queens don't shout to prove their royalty. Their presence does the talking. And you, chosen one, have reached that place. You no longer need to prove who you are. Your existence, your endurance, your elevation, they speak louder than any words could. So stand tall in your silence. Let the results speak. Let the glow testify, and let the divine timing reveal what your explanations never could. For when heaven amplifies your presence, even your quietest moments will thunder through eternity. Conclusion. Chosen one. If you could see yourself the way heaven sees you, you'd never question your worth again. You'd stop dimming your light to make others comfortable, stop explaining your silence, and stop apologizing for your difference. You're not here to blend in. You are here to disrupt the ordinary. Every strange twist in your story, every delay, every rejection has been divine architecture, shaping you into someone rare, someone unrepeatable. You were never meant to be understood. You were meant to be revealed. And revelation doesn't happen through explanation. It happens through manifestation. Your growth will speak. Your peace will testify. Your elevation will silence every doubt. Heaven has been writing your story in a language the world cannot read yet. But when the time comes, your becoming will need no introduction. So stand tall in your divine difference. Let them misunderstand you. Let them wonder. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are walking a path few have the strength to endure and carrying a light few can handle. And when your appointed moment arrives, every unanswered question will turn into undeniable evidence. Chosen one, never waste your brilliance trying to explain your design. You are heaven's secret, revealed only through timing, not talking. Keep walking, keep glowing, and let your silence thunder. For the one who is truly set apart never needs to announce it. The world eventually recognizes it.